There we are. That feels balanced. I think that's good. The sun candle, the other candles, the crystals, the pine cones, the greenery, the sun symbol. Oh, hello. Oh, no, please, please. You're not interrupting anything. It's all right. Please, come closer. I was just putting the finishing touches on our altar for today. And altars, of course, are meant to be shared. Now, you must be the emissary from Namasera, correct? Wonderful. It's always nice to meet a friendly face from our sister city in the forest. You know, we elves, we live very different lives in this city of Moonheim versus your beautiful city of Namasera. We don't do enough together, in my opinion. So it's always lovely to get to welcome someone from your city here, especially on such an important day as Yule. Oh, that's right. I was informed by some of the high priestesses that you may refer to the day as Winter Solstice, right? Right. Well, of course there's nothing wrong with that. It is the day of the Winter Solstice. But here in Moonheim, the festival, the celebration, I suppose, we call it Yule, which is a much more ancient, traditional way of referring to it, I suppose. See, Yule, it literally means wheel. It's symbolizing that the wheel of the year is coming to a close, and a new year will begin very soon. I think you may find that our celebration of Yule here might be a little less, well, bustling than the Winter Solstice festivals you may be accustomed to in your lovely, bustling forest city of Namasera. Here we keep things a little more simple, a bit more reverent on days like today. Oh, no. I'm sure that you also have moments of reverence, moments of remembrance and reflection as well. We don't do quite as boisterous, I guess, of celebrations. We like to keep things at the core. Would you like to hear more about it? Of course. Why don't you have a seat right there? I would love to tell you a bit more about the celebration of Yule. Yule is a very special festival that takes place on the Winter Solstice, the shortest day and longest night of the year. As snow-heavy as this chapter of the year is, at its heart, one of the key elements of the Winter Solstice is the sun. At Yule, we celebrate the fact that, little by little, the days will grow longer, and that in time, the earliest signs and stirrings of spring will grace our world again. This ancient holiday honors themes of rebirth, hope, intention setting, and light. As challenging a season as winter can be, there is a powerful kinship to the darkness, the coldest chapter of the year. Winter feels, in a sense, like the oldest of the seasons. Its existence helps to bring the other 3 segments of the annual calendar into being. For, as in so much in the universe, light and life can only exist when they do, in tandem with darkness and death. We all have moments of darkness when we don't know how much deeper we will go before the light starts to return, or even if it will. The world has moments like that too. It understands us. As a festival that honors the sun, the most important part of any Yule celebration is the light of the sun. Candles, bonfires, Yule logs burning in the hearth. Many homes adorn their altars with beautiful candles, with one large candle symbolizing the sun. This candle is often gold, silver, or yellow in hue. Other candles are often added, and lighting them each, one at a time, helps us remember the gradual return of longer, brighter, warmer days. People also add symbols of winter to the altar, such as pine branches, small wreaths, holly, mistletoe, pine cones, or winter snowberries. You can also add crystals that symbolize the light and dark, as well as other solar symbols of the sun, the moon, or the stars. Now, of course, everyone's altar differs a little, just depending on what you have and what you value during this time of year. But if you'd like, I could walk you through some of the different elements of our altar here. Yes, of course. Here, let's take a closer look. Here in the very middle, you can see the sun candle, golden in color, elevated on a pedestal to honor the sun. Then two smaller yellow candles to either side. We will light each of these one at a time to remind us of the return of the sun and her light. Below the sun candle here, you can see that we've put a small offering jar to the spirits. This has several different elements in it, such as bottled sunshine, pine needles, juniper, cinnamon, small diamonds, and jasper. Pine cones have often been used as a symbol of enlightenment, resurrection, eternal life, and regeneration. The spiral design is used to symbolize the spiraling dance of life. Pine cones are also very light sensitive, opening up when it is light and dry, and closing up to protect their little seeds when it is dark or damp. Pine cones. They're a bit unassuming, I suppose, especially with so many evergreen trees around. They are certainly found in abundance in nature, but they are truly just a remarkable and lovely sight, don't you think? Each of the little spokes that close up and then open to release their tiny little seeds into the world. The beautiful, delicate, spiraling pattern. A precursor to flowers, actually. So the ancients said. Such a perfect design, really. Cinnamon is a spice often used in cooking around this time of year, but it's also a very powerful element when added to an altar. Cinnamon can be used for protection, luck, love, healing, prosperity, spiritual awareness, and aiding psychic powers. On top of that, cinnamon can be added to any spell to help it act more quickly, or to simply give it a little extra boost. Sun symbols are also often used during Yule to decorate altars, Yule trees, and the dwelling during this time. The sun is the eternal bestower of light and life, blessing us with wisdom, justice, and enlightenment. I've also added a snowflake obsidian crystal to symbolize the darkness, as well as an orange calcite crystal to symbolize the light. Snowflake obsidian is a stone of purity. It works to help balance, purify, and ground our mind, body, and aura. It reminds us of the need to regularly clear away toxins and negativity that can prevent the free flow of positive energies. Snowflake obsidian. It's one of my personal favorite gemstones. And of course it does symbolize the darkness on Yule today. But it's also just a lovely reminder that even in the darkest of times, in the darkest of stones, there is still light. There is still hope. And of course it's a very powerful stone of purifying, cleansing, grounding, balancing, protection. All those lovely things. Orange calcite is sometimes called a ray of light in rock form. Like the sun, it has the power to energize and restore. It can help clear away the fog of a distracted or distressed mind, giving us the energy and confidence to finish what we started. It's quite lovely. You know, when I was younger, I actually thought that this looked like a very delicious candy. Not that I would ever try it, of course. But it is just a very bright, lovely stone. It just brings about a sense of energy, focus, cleansing, creativity. All sorts of lovely things that this stone can do. I've also added in some clear quartz tucked in here and there. Clear quartz is powerfully protective. It dispels negativity and clears away negative energy. It can also be used to purify and clarify us spiritually, mentally, and physically. It can increase inspiration and creativity. And it works well to enhance the power and energy of other crystals and spells. Family traditions vary a bit from household to household, but most often the family will stand around their altar and begin to light the candles one by one as they reflect on the past year and the year to come. Lighting the sun candle first. All family members may take turns and even say something they are thankful for with each candle. It is a time of warmth, closeness, and reflection. now that our altar is finished, I'm going to bless it with this pine stick. Usually we use sage, of course, as well as a few other herbs to cleanse things. But in the winter we use these lovely bundles of juniper and pine and other evergreens. Pine and evergreens, because they stay green all year long. The ancients believed that they were touched with a very special kind of magic from the spirits of nature, and that it was good luck, that they ushered in protection and luck and would help bring about the start of spring once more. That's why pine and evergreens are so very associated with winter solstice and with Yule. Just light this with our sun candle here. There we are. That's smoking. I love that fresh, woody scent of pine, don't you? It's cleansing, it's rejuvenating. It's lovely. There we are. Yeah. I think that is our altar. Very well completed. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you like it. Well, there's a bit more information for you about our altar here, the different elements that we've included and others that you may see included in other altars throughout the city today. Now, the communal festivities, those will begin later tonight, around sunset, as we welcome in the longest night of the year before the sun begins her gradual journey home. All the residents of Moonheim will bundle up and gather in the courtyard of the palace. The high priestess of the temple will light the ceremonial bonfire and say a sacred prayer in honor of the sun. The wheel of the year has turned once more, and the nights have grown longer and colder. Tonight, the darkness begins to retreat, and light begins its return once again. As the wheel continues to spin, the sun returns to us once more. Even in the darkest hours, even in the longest nights, the spark of life lingers on, laying dormant, waiting, ready to return when the time is right. The darkness will leave us now, as the sun begins her journey home. As the wheel turns, light returns. The light of the sun has returned to us, bringing life and warmth with her. The shadows will vanish and life will continue. We are blessed by the light of the sun. Yes, it is quite lovely, isn't it? Like I said, it's a relatively simple in practice festival that we do here, but very rich in meaning. One of the most important things that Yule reminds us of is that even the darkest chapters end at some point. Light will return once more. It may be gradual and hard to see at first, but over time, things will get brighter. Life will spring anew. We welcome the light, while also embracing the darkness of winter. Both provide stability and comfort in their own way, and each is vital to life in this world. Well, did you have any other questions about what you might expect for the rest of the day or tonight? Okay. Yes, of course. I'm happy to answer. Always love talking about the different traditions, the different festivals, the different ways that we at Moonheim here honor the spirits of nature, the goddesses. Well, are you staying here at the temple, or are you staying in the palace? I suppose that makes more sense as a diplomatic emissary. Well, I can have someone take you to the palace then, if you would like to just get a bit of rest before the ceremonies begin tonight. Oh, you'd like to set up your own altar? What a wonderful idea. Yes, of course. I can put together some supplies for you. And of course, you're welcome to walk around Moonheim yourself and find little tokens of nature on your own. Pine cones, holly, mistletoe, snowberries, whatever you may find. Now, generally, when we are adding things to altars, we take things off of the ground instead of picking them ourselves. If you wanted a little sprig of something, that would probably be okay. You know, another thing that we'll do after the ceremony tonight is we will scatter some seeds into the soil just to give back to nature for everything that she's given us. But yes, of course, I can definitely help you put together a little altar for your own room so that you may have your own sort of ceremony of reflection before the bonfire tonight. What a wonderful idea. Is there anything else that I can do for you today? Okay, wonderful. Well, it was so lovely to meet you, and lovely to get to welcome a friendly face into Moonheim. I hope that you enjoy your room, enjoy your stay here in Moonheim, and most of all that you have a wonderful, blessed Yule.